Welcome back to Crypto Wealthy Channel, guys. In today's episode, finally after 2 weeks of vacation, you were watching Apollo Currency video series that I made. So right now we're going to be doing the update on the Bitcoin, Link, VeChain, Silver, Gold, S&P, everything, and I'm going to connect you some dots so you could know in the future what could potentially happen with the Bitcoin, because there are some interesting facts about that when we connect all markets, where the Bitcoin and altcoins are going to go in the next period of time. So if you can, hit that like and subscribe button, and also stay all the way until the end of this video, because this is going to be very important. As you can see, also I'm not at my desk, I'm at my father's place over here in other room, so camera may be a little bit bad, but this is the only way to record video without skipping the day. So I'm thinking about you guys, so I could do the update for you today instead in 2 or 3 days. And now let's begin. So first thing first, over here on the weekly chart for the Bitcoin price, we are still consolidating around this area over here on this channel, and as we can see, we retested 20 weekly exponential moving average, bounced back from it, and right now we are trying to actually get above this consolidation pattern to actually break $12,000. So also what I did in the previous days, I actually did one interesting trade, of course with a low money, just to see how that strategy would work. What I did actually on the daily chart, I put one of the trade over here on the 20 EMA. I think it was something somewhere around here, yeah. And yeah, my stop was over here. In one moment I was in gains, and after that I broke in the loss, because as you can see over here, we broke 20 EMA, and 20 EMA was one of the good entry point. You know, if we bounce back from 20 EMA, that was also one of the good position to position yourself for the trade. But unfortunately and luckily I was stopped, and right now we are again on the daily chart above 20 EMA. So what I wouldn't recommend to you is to trade this right now, because, you know, as you can see, we have mixing signals around 20 EMA. As long as we have that, I wouldn't recommend you to trade, but just wait the bounce from 20 EMA, and there is a potential that we are going to break $12,000. Now, one more thing that we need to mention over here before we get to those conclusions, we need to go to S&P 500, which is very connected, unfortunately, still with the Bitcoin price over here. What happened is that we rose from 3,600 all the way 10% or 11% to actually test 20 EMA on the weekly chart, and bounce back from it right now. We are finding ourselves over here in some sort of a falling wedge formation, which should be indicate us bullish move on the way to the upside. So the next deal is, if we manage to bounce back from 20 EMA on the weekly chart, you know, to lock above this 20 EMA in this week, and also, you know, break this continuation pattern over here, I think that the Bitcoin cryptocurrency market is going to follow also this movement. We are strongly connected with the S&P 500, and, you know, if they start going to the downside, Bitcoin, it will drag the Bitcoin. This is the only concerning point that could lead us in the bear market with the Bitcoin. Other than that, Bitcoin has perfectly good chances to bounce to the upside. Now, VeChain is doing the similar thing as the Bitcoin on the weekly chart with the 20 EMA, which is very dangerous over here. This went a little bit too low on the weekly chart. VeChain is going to follow Bitcoin, while Bitcoin is following the S&P 500, and you can see where is this going. So as you can see, we are still in this falling wedge formation. Also on the weekly chart, big falling wedge formation, and right now we are a bit above 20 weekly exponential moving average, which could lead VeChain to the upside if we break this zone over here of resistance that we had for pretty much few months or so. Also, we went in the cool down zone on the RSI over here, and this structure over here that the VeChain made is still holding us above. So for now, we still don't have you know, problems to be worried about over here, because we are still above this zone. That's very important. As you can see, those wicks hit this zone pretty neatly, let's say like that, and yeah, we are holding it above. That's very important to mention, so you can also draw this on your chart and watch for these levels if you are invested in the VeChain. This is also a good opportunity to actually buy more of VeChain if we break above. You know, if you're not sure if we're going to break, I would certainly buy it when we break this resistance, because it is a long period resistance which is going to be respected by the traders once we break this, which means we're going to surge to the upside. So make sure to observe these zones over here. We went too parabolically on the VeChain, on the Chainlink, on the Bitcoin. So yeah, we were in need, you know, to see some sort of a correction. And now switching to the link, this is my favorite chart right now to do so, because it did something very interesting over here. We went to parabolic, and I told you already to be aware of it, you know, because also we have this pattern over here, this candle pattern, which is bearish, and two engulfing candles, one positive, one negative, big ones, that pretty much indicates a big drop in the markets, you know, in the next period of time. And we discussed in that video, if you go a little bit back in our videos to find that video, as you can see, we drop pretty good over here. I warned you about this, and this actually happened. Now, good thing is that we bounced from 20 EMA so good that it's almost impossible. And over here we do have next today's actually candle, which is red, but we're still above 20 EMA. We managed to even retouch, as you can see over here, this zone of support over here, and bounce back immediately, which means that the bulls are buying link on this area, and we shouldn't be worried, at least for now. If we switch on the daily chart over here, we have problems with 20 EMA because we are rejecting on the way to the downside. Now, if you want to buy a link for the long term, that's okay, but if you want to buy, you know, for a swing trade or something, my recommend over here is to watch signals for a reversal pattern. What I mean by this is we are still on the downtrend. As you can see over here, we are declining from 20 EMA on the daily chart pretty well, and as long as we are not locking above 20 EMA over here, as long as we are not bouncing from it and surging to the upside, you know, to hit those highs over here, we don't have any reversal signals over here. So I would recommend you, you know, if you're doing such a thing, to wait at least for a signal for reversal in this phase over here, because if we take, you know, measurements over here for this chart, you can see 58% of decline from the link, and I think this is it for now, since we bounced from here pretty well. So yeah, observe link USD chart over here. It's going to be interesting to watch, you know, reversal over here, because it may actually happen today or even in the next few days. We are consolidating around 20 EMA. You know, bulls are still trying to break it, and also on the RSI we have a lot of space, you know, to grow towards the overbought zone, and that's also good sign. So for now, everything so far so good. Bitcoin is doing okay. We are still not below $10,000, and also we still did not fill that gap, and I wouldn't like to see it filled just for the sake of statistic, nothing more. So here we are on the Ethereum over here. We just want to mention it, nothing more. We are still above this very important resistance that we mentioned many times in the previous videos or so, and right now we are, you know, with the help of 20 EMA, which we mentioned also in the previous video, you know, previous analysis on the Ethereum, with the help of those moving averages over here, and this big, very important psychological level of support is giving us boost towards the upside. You know, we're still above this zone, and one of the reasons why I think this zone over here, this line, this blue line, is strong, is because of those long wicks over here that you can see on the weekly chart. That means, you know, that the bears had enough strength to push the price towards that levels to test it, but you know, they didn't have enough strength, or the bulls were strong enough to push us to the levels where we are right now. So Ethereum, I wouldn't be worried about Ethereum right now, as long as the Bitcoin is doing what it's doing right now, and you know, surging to the upside, and the S&P stays above, you know, 20 EMA, this moving average yellow one that you can see. Also, same thing, as you can see, silver is respecting 20 EMA. if you noticed over here, we discussed about 20 EMA a lot because it is respecting the price or other way around on every single chart, and that's one of the good signal to see why this is very important. We also predicted for the silver 166% of the gains, and I think we went and I think somewhere around approximately 60, so we are lacking with the 100, but it's still possible because, as you can see, we are still above this this big resistance, and also we still have a chance for the upside because we are still above all moving averages. We're just correcting on a big way, and yeah, all we need to wait now is the bounce or breaking those supports under us. Now switching to the gold. Gold is still respecting its path over here and not breaking again 20 EMA. There's still a test over here in this week over here. So if we manage to bounce back from it, we could see potential more surge on the gold, which is also going to push the Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is correlated with the gold, those precious metals, and also with the S&P 500. So as long as the traditional markets are continuing this way, we are going to see some movement in the Bitcoin. And also don't forget that the halving is on our way over here. That effect should be taken very soon, which is going to lead us to much higher prices. Now I think this is it for today, ladies and gentlemen. This is the analysis that we did, recap of the previous 2 weeks when I was away, and from tomorrow or maybe day after, we're going to do more videos. We're going to mention also Apollo currency that is doing some incredible stuff. Soon the Stratus is coming, the new social media platform which is going to replace Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, many dating platforms, YouTube, Instagram, PayPal, whatever. So on their blockchain technology, which has, by the way, sharding, most sustainable and most fastest blockchain in the whole space, even from the XRP. And on that way, they're going to give you much more freedom and freedom of speech and of censorship on their platform, and many influencers are going to earn much bigger on monetization, much bigger money than you can do on YouTube. That's also good news. And also many others are coming because they are making the national platform for many countries, and soon we are going to see it working, and the price of Apollo will surge to the upside. So make sure to hit that like, subscribe button, watch our videos, previous ones about Apollo if you're interested in such an incredible cryptocurrency, and our other videos about Bitcoin analysis. And if you like it, subscribe. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think about markets? How do you feel about markets? That's important sentiment. And until the next episode, happy trading and goodbye.